Hey guys, the Ghost Ranger here, and I wanted to make another little quick video. Um, like I said, I'm changing my channel around, so there's gonna be gameplays, review, maybe a little bit of reviews, um, maybe some costume tutorials, some reactions, and just some talking about news and stuff. So if you guys heard, there's a new Scream coming out. So we had, Scream 1, 2, uh, 3. So like Scream 1 and 2 was in the 90s, 3 was in the early 2000s, I believe. And then Scream 4, which was the last movie, came out in 2011, I believe. And then we didn't get anything Scream related for a few years until 2015 when the Scream show came out. And when I heard about that show coming out, I absolutely thought it would be stupid. But after watching season 1 and 2 of that once it came out, like I watched it back in 2015, season 1 and then season 2, right when that came out, I watched it, loved it, loved the characters. It may not be fully, I mean, it's Scream related and it does have Scream on it, but I think I'd like to, say it's a different story. Obviously, it's kind of a reboot, but I'd say it's kind of away from Ghostface and stuff. I think it's its own little thing. I call it kind of the Brandon James story, because if you watch the show, you know what I'm talking about. And then season 3 came out on that show, and they had to get all new cast, all this crap, because the other two seasons weren't going good. And I think it's mainly because they released it in like summer instead of around October when they should have released it. Though Ghostface and Scream, just that isn't like fully. It doesn't have to. It's just a horror movie. It doesn't have to be on how around Halloween like the Halloween movies are. But then again, I think we're releasing horror movies in like October, maybe late December or late September is the great time because that's when everyone's into horror. That's when everyone gets the spirit of the whole horror genre. So that's probably why the two seasons didn't do good. And I feel like a lot of people just looked at the cover, saw the mask, and was like, "This is gonna be stupid. I'm not even gonna watch it." Or just watched the first episode and they're like, "Oh, it sucks." I love the two seasons, and I'm really mad they left us on a cliffhanger on season 2, and we'll never get that story finished. But season 3 came out, that was absolutely trash. I feel like it was more of a scary, like the comedy scary movie. I felt like that's literally what that movie or that show was. It felt so awful. The first episode was the acting was just awful. I mean, it was Queen Latifah producing it. So what do you expect? It was just complete trash. And on top of that, we had to wait for years for that season to come out, and it's just a disappointment. So I excuse that, and I hope that there's never gonna be a season 4 of Scream, because unless it's bringing back the old cast and just finishing off that story, then I'd be all okay with that. If they did that, I'd be so excited, because my sister just watched those two seasons, season 1 and 2, the original Scream show, loved it, and then season 3 she was disappointed because it's the whole new cast, and season 3 is just so trash. And people just, I feel, want to keep like having the same thing over and over again. They're all mad that the mask changed on Ghostface, and I loved it. I think the mask on the new Ghostface, the newer Ghostface from Brandon James series, I think that mask was scary. I think it was a lot better than the freaking classic. I mean, the classic's great. I love classic, but classic's not as scary as Brandon James one is, in my opinion. Even my dad, who is in his 40s, when we watched that together, he says it's so much better of a mask than the original Scream. All in all, that's just a little recap of the older Screams. But now there's new news coming out that we're getting a season 5, or not season 5. What am I talking about? A Scream 5 movie, and there's not a whole lot details out yet. They're making it, obviously. It's definitely a thing. We don't know if it's going to be a reboot, a remake, any of that, or they're just bringing back the old cast members. Excuse me. Bringing back the old cast members. Now, a lot of people are mad with, like, I keep saying season, sorry, Scream 4, and I didn't like that movie. I thought that was, it was trash. It was really terrible, in my opinion. And a lot of people think Scream 3 was terrible, and I think Scream 3 is probably almost my favorite. It's like my second favorite, other than the original Scream. But yeah, Scream 5 we're hearing details about it that a girl is going to come back to her town to figure out who's murdering people, blah blah blah. And it's literally the whole thing of Scream 4. It sounds just like Nev Campbell, aka Sidney Prescott, coming back to her old town of Springwood, or not Springwood, Woodsboro, sorry. Coming back to Woodsboro and trying to, well, in that movie she came back, but she wasn't really solving a murder. The murders started happening when she was there. But I think I've heard Nev Campbell coming back to it in like a story, and I'm pretty sure she is. And if that story's not out, or it's just fake, I'm pretty sure she's definitely gonna come back, in my opinion, because she hasn't had any much hit movies since like Skyscraper came out a few years ago, and she hasn't been in much acting roles. But there's talk, I think Dewey is coming back, um, and oh, what's her name? I can't remember. The Gail, I think, yeah, Gail or whatever from the original Scream movies. She might be coming back. I hope just all the old cast come back. And there's actually rumor going around that the guy who played Shaggy, Michael McDowell, I think I'm sorry, I bad with names, but he was one of the original killers in the first Scream movie. And yeah, he might be coming back and might be the killer again, because there was a thing that I think it was Kevin. I forget his. Like I said, I'm bad with name guys, but Kevin something. I forget his last name. Sorry. He wrote Scream, and for Scream 3, he wanted it to be wanted to bring back that character in the original Scream. He was one of the killers, to say he was alive, and he had this whole group of like killers going out there and helping them. That might be in Scream 5, that might not. I don't know. All in all, I mean, I kind of hope that's the storyline. All in all, I just hope this Scream isn't. It's like the original, but I hope it goes into a different, good, cool route. It doesn't keep following the footsteps of the original Screams, where original Scream, two killers, phone call, blah blah blah, people dying. Then at the end, the killer unmasks himself in front of Sydney, talks crap, then gets killed. Sydney survives. Second one, same thing. Third one, pretty much same thing. Fourth one, same thing. Well, I will give this fourth one. The fourth one did have kind of a cool ending, showing you who's the killer and all that. But it's pretty much still the same thing. I'm tired of the same thing. Like Michael Myers, the whole Laurie Strode. I love the whole Laurie Strode. I love Jamie Lee Curtis, and I hope, and then in this next Halloween movie, she actually gets murdered, because we can't keep having the same thing over and over again. It may be kind of interesting and fun, but I would like to see different stories. You don't know. You could love a different story they're going to create, and then that's the way you want it to kind of be. You don't ever know. It's not bad for a change in new stories. So I'm hoping in Scream 5, this new story, or this story won't be the same as the others, and it will just get better, and we'll even get more Screams. Hopefully the whole Scream franchise, it's kind of like, it's funny because Scream, you see most people dressed up as Ghostface during Halloween. It's one of the most famous movies. Even little kids, even though if they didn't watch it, they still know who Ghostface or Scream is. And it feels like that series is like that whole franchise has been popular and still is, but at the same time, it's technically been dead with the movies. And then we had the show, and then now the show's coming to an end, and now we're having a new movie. And I just really hope it steps up to like Halloween 2018. Halloween is like, Michael Myers has been dead for years since Rob Zombie. And now I'd say he's been dead since Resurrection. I mean, since then, all the movies really sucked. Then 2018 came. We had that movie, great. Kind of brought us back to a classic. But now it's coming out with two more movies, and I feel like they're going to do their own story here. They're doing like a cool little story, making new stuff with new characters, but also old characters. They're changing it. They don't have to have it the same way as all the other Halloweens had. They're gonna have flashbacks, which is like, it's gonna be one of the first Halloween movies where there's gonna be flashbacks. So off the Halloween train here, because we're not talking about Halloween, but yeah, Scream. needs to follow that. I would love for Blumhouse to like buy, buy the rights and stuff to Scream and create their own story with that. I think it would be amazing. They'll do a good job. Cause I know they're over there. They're really big horror fans. They're fans of it. They don't want just money. They want to make it look really good. The filming good, the story good. They care. They care about us, and they're not just putting movies out there for us to watch, not like, but still pay for, and they get money from it. No, they care. So hopefully this next Scream movie will be good. All there is hope right now. We haven't seen a trailer, haven't heard too much other than, some people are returning, may a possible storyline, really it, no trailer. And who knows when it's going to come out. Hopefully soon. Because, like, with season 3 of Scream, we had that whole problem with, what's his name? Weinstein? Weinstein? I think something like that. Yeah, Weinstein or whatever. He got sued for sexual assault or something like that. So that's why Scream 3's kind of not been, Scream Season 3 hasn't been released for a while. Then it was. Huge disappointment, like I thought it would be. Once I heard they were remaking it for another season, I really was mad. I wanted to see Audrey, Emma, all of them back in, but sadly, I'm pretty sure that's never gonna happen. Unless I was like a movie director, and I'd definitely make that happen. I'd get all the other, cast members back. And a lot of them ain't doing much, so they might be able to come back. I don't know. But all in all, talk about Scream 5 and the history and, all what's going to go on. And I don't know. We'll just see what's going to go on season 5. Or not, God, I keep saying season. I'm sorry. Scream 5. We'll see what goes on. We'll see the trailer. We'll see it start, the story unfold. Who's all going to be in it. Them telling us stuff. We'll see all that, just like how Halloween was. Just sit in there, guys. Hopefully, this movie is good, and if it's not, then hopefully they'll learn from their mistakes. And if they have to remake the whole series, then remake it and turn it into something really good for a whole new generation. But that's my thoughts, guys. Leave a like and subscribe. Leave in the comments what your thoughts are on like a new Scream movie. I don't know. I was really upset that because the whole Brandon James thing was a great storyline in my opinion. Would have loved to seen that whole story to get finished. Sadly, couldn't. But looks like we're going to the back to the old roots, and I guess it's kind of for the best. I don't know, but yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about, and I hope you guys have a good day. Peace out, Ghost Army.